There's no question that the looks of the first Borderlands were quite distinctive, and even so, Gearbox have worked really hard to upgrade the looks of the sequel, and it shows. Therefore, take a look at this Art of Borderlands segment.
I have destroyed you. A deadly shot from nowhere.
We expanded the graphic style for Borderlands 2 by adding more pixel shader support and also really modifying the models this time around. That was really the big change we made. Is, you know, last time we had a lot of cool sort of ink lines and graphic stuff in the textures. This time we really punked up the models themselves. So now, you know, the characters have a little more over the top style just in their body forms and shapes. So it's a little more dramatic, a little more intense, and the other big thing that we added was color, like huge amount of color. Last time we spent a lot of time in the desert. This time you're getting, you know, frozen environments and woodlands and everything in between. So I think people will kind of really appreciate how much more width there is in the game this time around. We designed characters for the Borderlands universe by, we first start with just a base idea from design. So design might say, oh, well, we want a guy that, you know, wields a 2x4 and clubs people's heads off with it. Okay, so we start there, and one of our concept guys will sort of throw down some basic ideas, little sketches, you know, 5 or 6 pages of sketches, and we'll go through those and look for something that kind of catches our eye. And then we'll refine that a little further, start doing some more detailed drawings, and once we see something that we like, we quickly do a prototype, try and get that in the game as quickly as possible, get it hooked up and doing what it needs to do. Once you can play against the character, we quickly realize, well, what did we do wrong? And then we do another revision there, change out a few key assets, and then usually just kind of final polish from there. Just lots of texturing and attachments and materials and things like that. Are you the kind of guy that likes guns from the Wild West? Are you the kind of guy that likes, you know, sci-fi futuristic guns? And we come at it from that kind of emotional direction. And so we kind of look back to all that history of all these different types of guns in different genres and in different media, and we kind of pull that in and synthesize this new brand that kind of encapsulates an idea, a particular style of gun. You know, is it really smooth and futuristic with glowing lights and sort of, you know, animated holograms and things like that? Okay, we know there's a personality that's really going to like that. And then there's also, you know, just a really chunky, destroyed metal thing that's really bandity and gross, and it's got blood splattered all over it and skulls. And there's a type of person that's going to really like that. So as we draw from those references, we're looking for those key elements that really might make that gun make sense, you know. And one of our weapon designers, Kevin Duke, he worked really hard to look at gun construction, and all of our guns actually, you know, really could functionally work, you know, in terms of, you know, where's the firing pin, what type of ammo do they use, you know, like for instance, Molly 1 uses caseless ammo, so you won't see cases flying out of the weapon as it's fired. You know, things like that. So there's little details like that that make the guns make sense. You know, they might not 100% work. Obviously, there's some alien technology going on there, but they make sense and they don't feel like they're just thrown together out of a bunch of random parts.
You know, you idiots are so pathetic. Do you have any idea how much firepower you're gonna need to take me down?
So, if you had to point out a specific thing about the new ways that you have done art in Borderlands 2 that really, you know, satisfied you as a creator, what would it be?
I mean, I think it's how alive the world is this time around. Last time, everything was very, very static, and we couldn't have a lot of animated things just from, you know, we were kind of very new to the engine and to what we could do with it. So once we kind of figured out what was possible, we were able to have, you know, flowing rivers with, you know, moving, really nice animated moving water, and steam towers that are pounding away all the time, and lots of sort of ambient insects and dust and weather effects and things like that. So I think the world is, to me, immerses you so much better this time around, and I think that's what I'm most proud of.
So for a week we have been teasing you guys with some really cool Borderlands 2 prizes for the winner of our competition, and today we can reveal what they are. If you should happen to be the winner, you will receive an extremely rare poster signed by all the guys at Gearbox Software, and also an extremely cool loot box. All you have to do is send in the answers to all our questions on this email right down here somewhere, and maybe you'll be the lucky winner.